and welcome to Selwyn Tech Topics. Today we're going to be going over some of the basics in Google Docs. So we're going to start by opening up Google Docs. We'll open up Chrome or any browser, so we can use Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. It's also on the taskbar here, so we'll just double click on that. I have a few tabs open, so I'll go this way. And here it'll bring us to Google. You might be at Bing, that's okay. So in the very first search bar there, we are going to want to type in Google Docs. We can also go to apps here at the top since it is a Google app if you're in Google. So you click on the 9 dots at the top there, and we're going to go and scroll down through all these Google apps. So we have quite a few. We'll scroll down to Docs there. So we'll click on that, and that'll take us straight to Google Docs. If you're not going through Google, you will have to search it through that search bar. So here you'll need to sign in. So enter your email and your password, or you can create an account on the left, and then you click on Next. I'll skip ahead here. So we've signed in. So if we want to create a new doc, you'll see we're signed in here on the top right. It'll either say your name or your first letter of your name, or I'll have a profile picture that'll show that you're signed in. And then there'll be all of your documents here. So here's a bunch of templates. You can click on them. There's a template gallery as well. All of these templates, if we want to start a blank one, we can click on the blank, so the plus there. If you click on that, it'll open up a brand new document with a blank page. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to create our title. So if we click on there, the top left there where it says untitled document, we can enter in our title. So I'm just going to call this Google Docs Basics. And once you're done there, you can just click away into the main page, and that will automatically save. So that's our title. Now, if we want to create a title for our document, we're going to click the B to make it bold. So we want it to stand out. That's on the top bar there. So these are all our options. We also want to go to our font. Maybe we want a different type of font. Right now it's Arial. We can see we can make it Times New Roman if we'd like. So now I'm typing in Times New Roman font. And here we can increase the font size. So if we click on the 11 there, or whatever number is there, we can choose a range from font sizes. We can also press the plus to just increase it by, then to bring it to the next font size here on the list. So we can go with 14 if we want. That should be good. So we have our text is bold. If you click bold, the B again, it'll make it not bold. So it's highlighted right now. So when you type, it will type in bold. We also want to make our title centered. So here we have left align, center align, and we have right align. So that shows where your text is going to type. So we've clicked the center, and when we start typing, it will show in the center of the page. So we'll title our document. So this will be title of document 1. Then I'll press enter. And now we want to get rid of these title settings that we've set. We want to put it back on the left first. So I'm going to click left align along there in our line options. So we'll click on left align. That brings our typing bar to the left there. We'll click on bold, the B for bold. So now it's not highlighted, so it's regular typing now. You can see the G's there aren't bolded. And let's bring our font size back down to a 12 size, so a regular font size there. Now what if we want to write a subtitle? Let's make our subtitle stand out a little bit. We'll go to the U with the underline. So that's to underline some text. So if we click on that, now we can type in our subtitle, and that'll keep that underlined. So just to make it stand out a little bit. So now we'll press enter. We can start typing our document. We'll click the U with the underline again to take that off. So it's now typing with no underline. So we'll start typing our document. This is my first sentence. And we can italicize our words as well. So if I go up to the top there, and I can click on the bold and underline, but we also have italic. So if we want our text to have some emphasis, we can click on that I, and we can type in just hello, that's italicized there. And if we want to get rid of that again, we can click back on the I, and that'll make your text type normally again. Now, what if we want colored text, like a different color other than black? We'll go up to the A with the black line underneath it, and we'll left click on that. Now, these are all the font colors you can go in, so we'll try red. How about in case we're trying to make it stand out. Red stands out quite nicely. So this sentence is red. Enter. Now, what if we want a different color? Let's try another color. How about yellow? So if we type in yellow, that's really hard to see. So let's put a background highlight on it so we can see better, because that is very difficult to read. So I'll backspace that. Now we want to highlight it, so let's go to the highlight color button there. So we have our text color is yellow. We'll highlight and we'll go to blue because blue contrasts very well with yellow. So we'll start typing. We'll say this sentence is yellow. And now you can see it a lot better because the blue background contrasts with the yellow very nicely. So it's still typed in yellow, but has a contrast. So we'll click on that again, and then we'll go to none on the highlight button, and then we'll change our text back to black. So the A with the yellow underline is now the A with the black underline. So now let's see if we want to type it on the right hand side here. We will go to, there's left align, center align. We want to click on the right align. That takes us to the right. So we can type over here on the right side. This sentence is to the right. Okay, and we'll press enter. Let's go back over to the left side now. So left align, click that again. Now what if we wanted to type a list? So we can write a basic list here. I'll just write a title, my list. And now if you want to do a regular list, you can just do dashes. When you press space after typing a dash, it will automatically enter that. And as you go from each line below it, it creates the dashes, no problem. You don't have to type them in every time. So to get rid of that, you can just press enter and that will stop doing the automatic dashes. Now, what if we want to make our list a little fancy? So this is our second list. We don't want dashes anymore, though. What if we want dots? So we can go up to the top here and click on the dots beside the 3 lines there. So a bulleted list, we can click that, and that starts our list to be bullets. So here would be item 3. And again, it auto-generates the bullets once you start a bulleted list. See what other options we have here. If you go to the 1, 2, 3, we could do a numbered list. There's many different options here. We'll just click the first one. So if you wanted to have your numbered list, works the same as any other. You just click that and start typing, and it auto-generates it. If you press enter, it'll stop auto-numbering everything you type. So we'll press enter, then press enter again. Now let's do a checklist. Okay, so we'll have check boxes. So we're going to go up to the top with the 2 check marks and the 2 horizontal lines there. We'll click on that, and that'll start us typing a checklist. So we can actually check these off. So I'll type in a few here first. So we'll type in a couple items or a few items here. Okay, and then press enter twice to get rid of that. And now I can actually click on some of these and check them off. I can unselect them. So you can uncheck them. So that's nice if you're making any lists and you need to gather things or things you might have already gathered. So you can check them off. Now if we want to insert something like a picture, we can go up to insert on the top left here. Go to image. Now you can upload it from your computer, or you can search from the web. So let's say we're making a grocery list and I want an image of an apple on my list. We want to make our list quite colorful, so I can type in apple and I'll left click on that image there. I can click on insert here, or I can double click on the image, and that'll make our apple. So we'll click on it, left click on the center of that image, just because we don't need that image to be that big. I'm going to hover over one of the blue squares till my mouse changes into a 2-directional arrow, and then I'm going to left click and hold and drag it and then drop. So that's left click, hold, drag it, and drop. Here we want to move it up. So we're going to go to wrap text at the bottom here. That allows us to move it. And then I'm going to left click, hold in the center of the image and move it around. You can also do inline, break text, behind text, in front of text. I find wrap text to be the easiest to move around. So I use that one. We can also put in a table. So let's go back up to insert. We're going to insert a table. So right below image. And that shows the dimensions there. So we want to do, let's do a 3x4 table. So 3 columns and 4 rows. And then I'll left click when that's the one I decided. I'm going to use bold for the column and row headings, just so they stand out more. So I'll click there. I'll go back up to bold. When you go into each new cell in the table, it gets rid of the settings that you had before. So I have it on bold now, writing column 2. When I click on the second row there, bold goes away. So I have to click it again. Do row 1, and then row 2. You can also press and hold Control B, and that will bold them as well if you don't want to keep clicking them. So row 3. So there we are. So now let's drag this. So if I hover over this line, create that little 2-directional arrow with the center, and we'll pull this over because that's a lot of wasted space for the first column there. So I'm going to click and hold the left. So left click and hold and drag. Even here I can left click and drag that over. So left click, hold and drag. That makes the columns a little bit more nicely distributed. Let's see. I can drag, so I highlight, left click, drag over, and then let go. So here I can merge the cells. So I'm going to merge cells, and that combines the 2 cells there. So if you wanted a whole row. We can also move this over here. Can make that one bigger, that one smaller. If we want to evenly distribute them, can left click and hold on the first column and drag it to the bottom. And then you can either distribute rows or you can distribute columns. We want to distribute the columns, so we'll left click on distribute columns. Here we go. And that distributes those evenly, so you don't have to try and guess what's perfectly even. That will distribute it perfectly for you. And yeah, so this will save automatically. You see it says last edit was seconds ago. If I type a little bit, it says saving at the top left there, then save to drive. So you don't need to save it. It will save automatically. It's save to drive. That's what the little cloud with the check mark to the left of that text was. So it saves automatically there. We don't need to save it. There's our document. And let's go back to Google. So if we just go way out, let's go all the way out. Let's do this a long way. We go back to Google. So we're back at our home page. We've left. Everything's closed. So now if we go back to these 9 dots, or if we search Google Docs, so we'll go back to Docs there and we sign in, will take us back to this page, and we can see there it's listed. So if we've seen it recently, it'll show up right there with our other documents. We can also use the top bar to search there. If we type in Google Docs, there it comes up at the top. So we can see our document there, or it's just at the top. And if you left click on that, it'll open it up again. And when you can continue to edit it in there. So I hope that helps, and good luck.